Hi everyone, my name is Shannon, and today my group and I will be going over the sporting goods industry in the United States and how our company, Dick's Sporting Goods, operates within it and against other competitors. Within the industry, sporting goods stores first source products from manufacturers and wholesalers, and then retail the products such as bikes, sporting equipment, camping gear, and apparel to consumers. The core determinants of demand include income, sport participation levels, consumer taste, and consumer demographics. These impact the frequency, quality, and quantities of purchases, as well as help determine how people will spend their free time and the types of good they need. Product segmentation for the industry can be broken down into 5 parts. Sporting equipment, in addition to firearms and hunting, make up more than half of all products sold. As a whole, the industry has seen a decrease in firearms and hunting over the past few years due to recent mass shootings, and more retailers have decided to remove firearms from their stores. Athletic apparel includes clothing items for individuals participating in athletic events, as well as sportswear for fans of professional and collegiate teams. The adoption of athleisure wear clothing for day-to-day use has also been a major driver of sales within this segment. Exercise-specific products such as cleats, hiking, running shoes, as well as products that meet the demand for athleisure, dominate sales in the athletic footwear segment. Finally, less than 10% of all products fall into the other category, which tracks sales of goods like outdoor furniture, hardware, auto parts, trophies, and plaques. In terms of market segmentation, active individuals and families make up the largest group of consumers of sporting good products. As people get older, they tend to become less physically active, and therefore the demand for the products decrease. Our company, Dick's Sporting Goods, is one of the major competitors within the sporting goods industry. They have a strong focus on encouraging people to be active and believe that sports enhance people's lives. Across the United States, Dick's currently has 729 retail locations. The geographic spread is positively correlated to the country's population. Highly populated cities tend to have more sporting events and therefore have a higher demand for sporting equipment. Popular activities and products vary, though, based on the land and weather conditions. Their current product line is broken down into 4 main categories, including hard lines, apparel, footwear, and other, which includes shipping and credit card revenues. These products come from over 150 brands of both market leaders such as Nike and North Face, as well as private labels such as Kalia by Carrie Underwood. Next, Chris will talk about some of the main trends within the sporting goods industry.
The 2 main trends that the sporting goods industry is experiencing are sociocultural and technological. Under sociocultural trends, the industry is being affected by the way people are spending their leisure time. For instance, youth are beginning to play video games as opposed to playing sports. Additionally, according to a report from the National Federation of High School Associations, high school sports participation decreased for the first time in 30 years. This was mainly due to a decrease in participation of both football and basketball, which are 2 very profitable sports for the industry. On the positive side, participation in physical activities is increasing across all ages at a rate of 2%, and IBIS World predicts this trend to persist until 2024. Overall, people are changing the way they exercise. They choose to run and weightlift over playing team sports now more than ever. Moving on to technological trends, we find that the sporting goods industry has been disrupted by the emergence of e-commerce websites like Amazon. Amazon has made it way easier for consumers to purchase exercise and sports equipment at the touch of a button. And in order to fight against this, the sporting goods industry has begun to invest heavily in creating strong online platforms for their customers. The industry is also affected by political factors like the tax rate and government investment in sports and recreation infrastructure, general macroeconomic factors, and environmental factors like climate change that limit the availability of activities.
Looking at Porter's 5 forces, the threat of potential entrance into the industry is high due to high fixed startup costs. These costs include the purchasing of a retail outlet store, implementing high advertising and marketing expenses to build up brand awareness, as well as building a strong relationship with a supplier to ensure a reliable supply of quality products. There is also high competition in the industry due to newly forming online realtors, department stores, and mass merchandisers. The threat of substitute products is moderate for the industry. This is because there are many accessible alternatives for buyers. Online websites like Amazon make it incredibly cheap and easy for customers to find substitutes. However, there are a limited number of sporting goods stores that offer a high number of services to their customers. This adds to the threat of substitutes. The bargaining power of buyers is high because there are low switching costs for customers looking for alternatives. E-commerce makes it easy and cheap for customers to switch stores and products, providing buyers with a higher bargaining power. The bargaining power of suppliers is also high because there are high switching costs among suppliers. In addition, many large suppliers do not depend heavily on the industry to make revenues, giving them a leg up in negotiations. The rivalry is moderate due to high competition within the industry. According to IBIS World, in the next 4 years, exclusive deals with suppliers will leave a few big retailers in the sporting goods industry, adding to the rivalry. The overall assessment of the industry is that it is unattractive because it has high barriers to enter, high competition, high buyer power, as well as high supplier power. So now we'll switch it over to Lauren to talk about competition in the industry.
The sporting goods industry is highly competitive due to a large amount of consolidation that has been occurring over the last 5 years. Pricing competitively, stocking a wide variety of brands and products, and maintaining excellent customer service are all key to surviving in the industry. The top 4 competitors are Big 5 Sporting Goods, BPS Direct, and Columbia Sportswear. Big 5 is the closest business model with stores that sell a variety of athletic lifestyle equipment and apparel from different brands. However, they're focusing on convenient locations and competitive pricing. Columbia caters to an outdoor lifestyle that mainly focuses on apparel. BPS, or Bass Pro Shop, is Dick's greatest competitor. BPS has the largest share of the market at 15.6% to Dick's 14.6%, and provides a variety of high-quality products for outdoor equipment in both BPS stores and their newly acquired Cabela's stores. BPS stores are customized to represent each region that they are in, and therefore compete with Dick's goal to give quality products with exceptional customer experience. The 2 main outside influences that could disrupt the industry come from mass merchant retailers in the technology and entertainment industry. Consumers are wanting goods faster and at lower prices, so mass market retailers such as Walmart are introducing activewear and sports equipment into their product mix. Walmart is currently the largest retailer of sporting goods and toys. And although they are not in the industry of sporting goods stores, their emergence into the market with drastically low prices and a vast coverage of geographic locations could potentially lead to the large sporting goods stores having to cut prices to compete. Companies such as Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony are vying for consumers' free time that may normally be spent doing these athletic activities. If the consumer mindset shifts toward the preference of entertainment during leisure times, especially in younger generations, then sporting goods companies will have to compete for the consumer's attention as well. Now Eric will talk about industry segmentation.
Looking at this graph, you can see that our team separated the sporting goods industry into 2 strategic groups, one being the level of services provided and the other being the variety of products that companies offer. You can see that Dick's competitors vary throughout the 2 strategic groups. It is important that Dick's expand their position of offering high levels of services in addition to a large variety of products. This will help Dick's create higher customer satisfaction.
Our group identified 4 key strengths that Dick's possesses internally. The first is their brand recognition and number of stores. Dick's operates 729 stores across 48 different states, and from 2005 to 2019, they added an additional 36 stores per year on average. Dick's owns and operates 3 subsidiaries, which have 129 stores across 34 different states. This totals 858 stores and allows Dick's to reach a broad geographic customer base within the United States. The second strength we identified was their market cap and revenue. Dick's captures 14.6% of the US-based sporting goods industry market cap, which is the second largest relative to its competitors. This allows Dick's to create robust recognition for its prospects based on what investors are willing to pay for a share of the company. In addition to this, Dick's Sporting Goods produces the largest amount of revenue relative to industry rivals. The third strength we identified was the store variety and expertise. Dick's consolidates 5 specialty shops all into one with their retail model, which includes footwear, which utilizes fitness trainers and includes treadmills and an indoor track to ensure that customers are directed to a branded model that fits them best. Team Sports, which has a rotating seasonal display area. The Outdoor Lounge segment, which is designed to create the atmosphere of an authentic bait and tackle shop. Golf, which has a putting green, an indoor hitting area, and a golf trainer to ensure that customers get matched with the correct product. And finally, a fitness and athletic apparel section. Finally, Dick's is known for their partnerships. Dick's Sporting Goods is partnered with ASICS, Callaway Golf, Columbia Sportswear, Nike, Remington, TaylorMade Golf, North Face, and Under Armour. They participate in collaborations with these companies for product releases and various marketing campaigns. Our group identified three key weaknesses that Dick's face internally. The first is over the past 5 years, they posted an incredibly volatile net income, with their second lowest of the five being recorded at the end of their most recent fiscal year, and their highest income being posted at the end of fiscal year 2016. The second weakness we identified was their low gross margin ratio. Dick's posts one of the lowest gross margin percentages in their industry, meaning they retain less gross profit from each dollar earned in revenue. The low gross margin percentage causes Dick's to have a curtailed ability to reinvest earnings back into the company for future ventures. Finally, we noted they had a less than favorable EPS and a decreasing market cap. Although they boast the second largest market cap compared to any of their competitors, the percentage amount is steadily decreasing after a spike in 2017. In addition to this, Dick's posts a smaller EPS relative to their competitors, which, when coupled with the decreasing market cap percentage, can put Dick's in a vulnerable spot within the market, especially when EPS is a clear indicator of profitability. We identified two key aspects that give Dick's a competitive advantage in the market. The U.S. sporting goods industry is matured and possesses high barriers to entry. Dick's Sporting Goods has a first mover advantage by being one of the first firms to service the industry, which allowed them to expand in the industry during its infancy when entry barriers were low. Because this industry possesses substantial competition and provides economically elastic products, Dick's cannot price goods higher than their industry rivals, which requires them to create more value for their products in order to be competitive. Dick's does this by offering in-store expertise when prospective customers enter the store to purchase products, which creates higher product value for the customer while keeping costs and prices relatively competitive within the market.
There are four main opportunities we have identified for Dick's Sporting Goods. The first is sponsorship. Dick's has not sponsored any professional sports organization or national sporting event since 2018. With increased sponsorship opportunities, Dick's could seek out a sponsorship that would increase brand awareness and enhance their image. The second opportunity is to enter the used goods and rental market. It is a huge market, especially for equipment, which is Dick's top product segment. Implementation of a used good and rental program would not be overly difficult for Dick's to implement, and doing so would result in increased sales and possibly increased market share. The third opportunity is to invest in sustainability and associate with being environmentally friendly. Consumers are becoming increasingly environmentally friendly and using their spending power to support organizations that align with their beliefs. By becoming a green business, Dick's could build brand image and loyalty. In addition, sustainability leads to national savings over time. The last opportunity is an increased investment in their online experience. The future of retail is online, and Dick's needs to provide their customers with the best online experience possible so they do not seek out alternatives like Amazon or other people in the market. By investing heavily in creating a seamless online experience that integrates easily with their stores, Dick's could capture market share by leading the industry in online sales.
The current conditions of COVID-19 are heavily impacting both the sporting goods industry and Dick's Sporting Goods as a company. The industry has noted that high levels of uncertainty have initiated panic purchases of firearms. The National Association of Sporting Goods Wholesalers reported a 168% spike in ammunition shipments for the week ending March 14th. While this may be positively affecting the industry, COVID-19 has also negatively impacted supply chain operations, limiting production as well as canceling all sporting events, from community league games to events as large as the Olympics. With levels of unemployment rising, household incomes are taking a hit and are decreasing the amount of money spent on non-essential goods. Specific to Dick's Sporting Goods, COVID-19 has closed all of their 729 retail locations and has shifted operations to contactless curbside pickup. Due to less demand for products, Dick's has also reduced vendor purchases. Internally, many of the 40,000 teammates have been furloughed as a result of store closures. And finally, after its stock price lost more than half of its year's starting value, Dick's has decided to suspend investor dividend programs. And with that, we have concluded our presentation, and thank you all for listening.